All right, so we're gonna do a comparison. This is a Wine Red 1974 20th anniversary Gibson Les Paul Custom. Same guitar and pickups that Randy Rhoads used to record all of like the Blizzard of Oz and do a lot of that stuff when he wasn't using his Jacksons. And we're gonna go put it against a very interesting guitar. From the front, I look like a full-blown Zakk Wylde, keep it down low. Like, look at this Les Paul. So first off, I changed the knobs a little bit or whatever. I do my thing. It looks like a Les Paul, except when I turn to the side, I'm an Olsen twin. And even though I have billions of dollars, nothing can make me happy. And therefore, I'll never be a full-blown Les Paul. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel like this is. Gibson has multiple times tried to make like the Les Paul like a custom light. They made like thin guitars over the years. I've avoided them like the plague. I got this one because it was incredibly cheap. It has the beautiful top. Now, if you guys remember me saying this, something about the LP100, show them the headstock. So on Les Paul's 100th birthday, they came out with some abominations. So if I turn this around, it has a fucking stupid ass sticker, but it originally had robot tuners. This Les Paul Les Plus, which is what it's called, was completely ignored. Who fucking cares about the fucking auto tuners? It makes nobody want to buy it. That said, it came in a beautiful gold flight case. It originally had a tap, a coil tap for the 57 and the 57 Plus, which are my two favorite pickups from Gibson. They're like overwound, kind of like double white PAF kind of sound. And they put back the tone instead of the coil splitting, which might be cool, but like I like that it looks like a normal Les Paul. This was probably supposed to be like a B top. And as you can see, it's flamey. It's got a little flamey flame to it. It's like, I mean, Gibson has passed off double A's for that shit. Fucking mollusks again. I gotta tell you, I am a glutton. I like opulence. I mean, if you hadn't noticed from all the fucking chains and the overcompensating, I really love beautiful works of art. And I think that the iridescence of when you're looking down on the stage and you just like look down at it, you just go quality. A lot of people bullshit about this brass nut. I get so trolled about it, but like pretty fucking awesome as far as sustain's concerned. These pickups, dude, the 57 and the 57 Plus are just murderous. So where this is so thin and light, it's probably 7 pounds. It's got a fat neck and it's a strange profile, but it's deceptive because like up here, it feels like a pawl, like you know how you grab the baseball bat, but down here, it's kind of like, oh, well, I had lipo. Do you like my new look? You don't like me without the curves? Booty ain't got back, but let's go see, because here's the thing. Let's put this Les Paul against another. We know the 1974 should sound fucking awesome. That's the sound of Randy Rhoads when he did the Gibson thing. So is this gonna sound like shit? I don't know. Let's go fucking see. Okay, so this is just a normal, I have it plugged into a Colonial 1.4. It's just a clean sound. I'm gonna put on just the reverb or whatever. Old pickups. Gotta shake it, make sure it's all out before you put it back in. The feel of that one, it's like new old stock. So like it's a fretless wonder, so it's really, really, really low action, but it's a little bit too buttery for me. It's like a little bit too slinky. This actually has, like I'd say, medium frets, and it's got a fatter neck. I'm a terrible guitar player. All right, I think so far, I think that this thing's winning. It's just brighter. It sounds nicer. Somebody commented, and by the way, we read your comments, so we appreciate you commenting, that the Norland era of Gibson is why they started having new pickups. People started changing out pickups. I'm not in love with the pickups. That was the first thing I said when I got that guitar, but to change them would kind of be an abomination as far as the history of the guitar, but I personally would prefer the 57. All right, let's get a different sound. So I'm gonna give myself a Van Halen 5150. I mean, those, I'm not great, but like the pull. And then if you want to do the, that's like the butter tone. I just wanted to do that. Here's something about Gibsons. You always have to tune them. That's why they made the robot tuners. So it tunes it for you, except wrong. Start off with the Van Halen. So we can do the same thing. Oh, what a Paul thing to do. It's always the fucking G string. All right, back to the fun, kids. I gotta tell you, man, I changed my mind. I like going into this. So first off, let me tell you that I think that Les Paul Plus, or Les Plus, that's what it is. Les Paul, Les Plus. Now that it's been changed back to normal Les Paul wiring and there's no robot tuners on it, it's a sleeper guitar. It's great. I think those 57s sound great and it sounds awesome. All beat up like that with a lot of distortion. But I gotta tell you, like, so clean, I think that thing won all day and it plays beautifully. These are a little bit low output, but once I put it to the Van Halen level of distortion, it was at the same parameters on my Kemper. This one, it had like almost the same level of pull, and by pull I mean like harmonic, and the overtones, like all of a sudden these pickups came to life. So I gotta say, clean, this thing sounds like dog shit. And I wouldn't use it for jazz or anything other than rock, but for rock and roll, this thing just sold me. But the whole reason I was doing the Les Paul Les Plus was because I wanted to show how awesome it was. And I thought it was going to blow this thing out of the water. And in fact, I think in its own way, they're equally good. When I was playing the Aussie stuff, it was easy to do. It was easier to play. And I think if you watch my performance, which is horrible on both of them by far, my hack guitar playing, but I do it for you, obviously. It was easier to play it on this for me, surprisingly, despite the fact that I would have thought that that was the guitar I'd be on the desert island with. Every Les Paul is different. They're like a snowflake. They're like you. You know what I mean? Some of them are awesome and some of them are shitty. So if you look and you're willing to take a chance, you can find some great sounding instruments because, like I've said, tone is really in your fingers. And that's why I can play a $5,000 guitar and play a guitar that's, $1,500 or whatever, and still sound terrible on both of them. But, I guess it's up to you. What do you guys think? Which one do you think was better? Which one would you have? This is the Randy Rhoads guitar, man. And I gotta tell you, it sat on my wall until we did this little demo. I didn't even think I was gonna record with it. And I think I'm gonna use it. Maybe to do some Aussie. Why don't you fucking smash that subscribe button already?